Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Insha'Allah, we will continue discussing 8 examples from Uddat as-Sabirin wa dhakhirat ash-shakirin, excellence of patience and gratitude. Written by Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah. These examples teach that chasing after worldly pleasures, wealth, and desires can lead to our ruin in this life and the next. Let's begin. Example 7. The digested food. Worldly pleasures are like delicious food. Once digested, they become waste. The Prophet ﷺ compared the world to excrement, reminding us that what once delighted us becomes despised. Example 8. The spring grass and the sheep. Some sheep get so greedy for spring grass that they eat too much and sadly, they die. Others eat just what they need, digest it well, and grow strong and healthy. The Prophet ﷺ warned that greed for wealth can destroy a person, just like overeating kills sheep. Let's remember to take only what we truly need and share the rest in charity. Don't let greed ruin our soul. Example 9. The green and sweet world. The Prophet ﷺ described our world as green and sweet. Green means beautiful to our eyes, and sweet means delightful to our hearts. He warned that only those who are righteous and conscious of Allah will truly benefit by being grateful. Others will be like someone who eats without ever feeling full, chasing pleasures endlessly, and never finding true fulfillment. Example 10. The dead lamb. The Prophet ﷺ pointed to a discarded young lamb and asked his companions if it was worthless to its owners. They agreed. He then said that the world is more contemptible in the sight of Allah than that young lamb is in the sight of its owners. This example highlights how little value the world holds in the eyes of Allah. A young lamb is particularly worthless, as its owners couldn't even benefit from its wool or skin. Likewise, the Prophet showed that the world and its temporary pleasures are utterly insignificant. The real issue is when we build our lives around loving something so worthless. Example 11. The honey and the flies. This dunya is like a container of honey, and we are all like flies. Some of us are wise believers, like the fly that lands on the edge with contentment, qana'ah. We take what we need from Allah's blessings and remain satisfied and grateful. But others are heedless, driven by desire, like flies that dive headfirst into the sweetness. They are consumed by the dunya, drowning in the very pleasures they craved. The lesson is simple. Enjoy the blessings Allah has given us, but never let the dunya become a trap that destroys us. Example 12. The seeds and the birds. The blessings of this dunya are like seeds scattered on the ground, some on the sides, others in the tracks. We, the mu'mineen, believers, are like birds. Some of us have qana'ah, contentment, taking only from the seeds on the sides so we remain free. But others are heedless, ghafilun, driven by greed. They break into the tracks and get caught by the very pleasures they chase. The lesson is clear. If we are not content with what Allah has given us, the dunya will lead us into a trap. Example 13. The bitter sea water. The Prophet ﷺ gave us the example of the salty sea to warn us about the dunya. Imagine travelers who drink from a salty sea. The more they drink, the thirstier they become, until they are destroyed. But the wise ones had patience. They stopped drinking, found a well of sweet water, and called out to others. Some mocked the call and refused, but others listened and were saved. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The dunya is like that salty sea. Its pleasures can never satisfy the thirst of our nafs, soul. The choice is ours. Will we have the patience to seek the sweet water of obedience to Allah, or will we be consumed by our desires? Example 14. Awakening from the Dunyā. Our time in this world is like a short sleep, and the Dunyā is a deceiving dream. It feels good and looks beautiful, like a snake with a soft touch, but it hides a deadly poison. This is a distraction from the good deeds we must plant today for the harvest on the day of judgment. Death is when we finally wake up. The wise prepare for this awakening by focusing on what is real and eternal. The foolish, however, chase after dreams that vanish the moment they open their eyes. Let's be people of taqwa and focus on what truly matters so that when we wake up from this dream, we are not left with regrets, but with endless reward. May Allah make us among those who listen, reflect, and act according to the straight path shown by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Wabillahi at-tawfiq. Wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.